Yes, it's the very last evening of the year 2019. I congratulate you, our viewer, for making it to this moment. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa, coming in with news tonight with Muhammad Mugalu, our sign language interpreter. In what we have for you this evening, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has warned of stern action against police officers who neglect duty at the expense. President Museveni warns against police laxity as he delivers end-of-year message. Democratic Party threatens to opt out of opposition alliance due to endless delays. Iraq condemns U.S. attacks on Iran-backed militia, while English Premier League to liven up New Year's Day with mouth-watering matches. Yes, we thank you so much for watching. Now, in our first story, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has warned of stern action against police officers who neglect duty at the expense of the country's security. Museveni's comments come on the heels of crimes that he says could have been avoided in 2019 had it not been police corruption and laxity. The president was delivering his 2019 end-of-year message, where he also emphasized value addition to agricultural products, blaming natural disasters on disrespect for environment. We have it here.
2019 was a year of highs and lows, with the latter registering crimes mainly attributed to corruption and laxity of police officers and other security agencies. But this did not imply no strides registered in maintaining the country's security, as a number of milestones were achieved.
When earlier on I addressed Parliament on the 20th of June 2017, I laid out the 10 points of handling crime. Some of the steps outlined in that speech have already been worked on, especially some aspects of the cameras and the fingerprinting of the guns. Many of the other steps are not yet worked on. Nevertheless, the ritual that has been implemented has already created problems for the criminals. During Christmas, the recent Christmas, the police reported 21 murders in the whole country. Most of the murders, however, were straightforward cases of drunken fights, fighting over women, and the suspects are either known or have been arrested.
This progress, however, needs more commitment, with police challenged to up its game to avoid unbearable consequences.
Therefore, the crimes which were committed recently are not the type of sophisticated crimes that we are beginning to deal with. These are just simple fights. Except there were two which I saw in the report. One was in Nyakayo Zombara, where an 80-year-old man was murdered at the gate of his house when he was coming back from merrymaking in the night. And then there was also a girl, a 13-year-old girl, who was killed in Yumbe somewhere. I think she was raped. She was also coming from night merrymaking. Those are the only ones where the suspects are not yet clear, but all the others, the suspects are either known and are on the run, or they have been arrested. The ability of the criminals to do bad things and escape is going down. Yet the anti-crime measures we have planned for are not even 30% implemented. We have just implemented a little of the 10 measures which I announced in 2017, but already the criminals are really under pressure.
Museveni, who was making his end-of-year address for 2019, is equally not impressed by the way people disrespect the environment, leading to natural disasters.
A house cannot stand on a slope, according to the engineers, which is more than 32 degrees steep. Doing all this is suicide for the individuals, as has been repeatedly confirmed in the Renzori and the Elgon areas, but is also suicide for the country of Uganda and for the African continent. So therefore, countrymen and women, going into the wetlands, going into the forests, going on the very steep mountain slopes, more than 32% degrees steep, is suicide.
In overcoming wetland and forest encroachments, Museveni wants Ugandans to embrace fish farming as an alternative to rice growing in order to overcome household poverty.
We make fish ponds not in the swamp, but in the edges of the swamp. The edge of the swamp is called Omuiga in Runyankore. So Emiga is plural. And once the water is restored in the swamp, then we use it to irrigate the nearby non-swamp land. So we've got everything. First you restore the wetland, then you have the fish ponds at the edge, and then because the water has come back in the swamp, you now use it to irrigate the land which is not swamp, so that you can have agriculture all the year round. We have already tried this in the remote restored wetland, where we have created 5 fish ponds in one acre at the edge of the swamp, for which the members are now earning shillings 120 million per year. Yet previously, these same people had encroached on 100 acres of the swampland for rice, from which they were earning only 7 million shillings a year. What futile and dangerous exercise is this? Anybody who has got doubts, you go and see Limoto. Limoto is between Parisa and Budaka.
As the country ushers in the new year 2020, Ugandans are also encouraged to embrace quality production and value addition for agricultural products.
We cannot allow anybody to damage our future by bringing polluted products into the products of others. That is kuloga, to put evil into good things. Apart from negotiating for the markets abroad, we shall also help our people to broaden the final products from our raw materials. When we say that there is too much sugar, we currently only mean that there is too much sugar for sweetening tea. That's what we mean. How about the more refined sugar for using in Coca-Cola? How about the sugar for manufacturing the medicines needed by the by companies like Quality Chemicals to make syrup for children's medicines? How about making animal feeds out of the molasses of sugar? When we say that maize is too much, we only mean maize for making kawunga. How about animal feeds? How about industrial starch? How about pharmaceutical grade starch for making tablets in medicines? We can even get petrol, ethanol, from maize.
In doing so, sectarianism and tribalism should be a no-go area if Uganda in particular and Africa in general is to prosper.
Congratulations on finishing 2019, and I wish you a happy 2020.
Happy New Year to Your Excellency. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, in other news, has today received the renowned musician Kanda Bongoman, who paid a courtesy call on him at his farm in Kisuzi, Gomba district. The London-based artist, who was last in Uganda in 1994 and arrived in the country 2 days ago, praised President Museveni for the tremendous development that have taken place in the country. President Museveni, on his part, welcomed Kanda Bongoman to Uganda and informed him that all the changes were possible because of the security and peace that the NRM government ushered into Uganda. He added that the remaining struggle is to work for the bigger market that can accommodate and consume the surplus products now being produced by the population that has started waking up to increase agricultural production of maize, milk, sugar, bananas and factory products that are a glut in the local market. He therefore emphasized the need to have a bigger market in the East Africa and Africa for the products that are now in excess. The opposition idea to field a single candidate against incumbent President Yoweri Museveni is in balance, as the DP President General Norbert Mao has given an ultimatum of up to February 2020. Mao says that most parties have not piqued interest. He also remarked on selfish interests. Mao was addressing the party's end-of-year assessment at the Democratic Party offices in Kampala. Phil Paguta attended, and here he reports.
Months for political parties to hold the delegates conference to elect flag bearers, and the opposition proposal to field a single candidate hangs in balance. DP President General Norbert Mao remarks that talks among the opposition are still at informal level.
As you know, we are committed to uniting. Actually, everybody says they want unity. But most of those who say they want unity, including a single presidential candidate, believe that unity means everybody should rally behind them. They say, let's unite, provided I'm the one leading the united front. Now, that is not how you negotiate. As a matter of fact, anybody can lead this united front. Anybody, if supported, can beat the NRM.
He warns that if no commitments are made before March next year, DP will go to the polls as a party.
You remember that I announced that if by 31st December we don't get statements of intent regarding coalition building, then we will also consider that it is another missed opportunity.
Mao's comments come one day after FDC founder Dr. Colonel Kiza Besigye revealed plans to field a single opposition candidate in the 2021 general elections.
The activists for change on how to manage candidates in the next elections. And yes, we think that we should have a unified candidate, and we are working towards that, having a unified candidate.
When you are now in formal talks, then you start asking the tough questions. So far now, I think we are not yet tackling the tough issues. We must go into formal talks. What people are saying that we are engaging. You know, politicians speak in words that have 1,000 meanings. When a politician says we are engaging, how do you understand that?
But could this development put the NRM at an advantage?
First of all, I don't see the opposition having a sole candidate at presidential or in many constituencies. Because first of all, people want self-survival. At parliamentary level, each of those opposition parties would want their members of parliament to take personal goodies if they can enter parliament. So I don't see that. I don't see them achieving. They may achieve in a few constituencies, perhaps. But for the NRM, it would be good. Each time we have gone for election, they have tried to come together. We would wish that it happens, that they actually form one united front. So then NRM has to deal with one front. So then we can concentrate our effort on that front. We shall dismiss them.
For UBC TV News, I am Philip Aguta.
Thank you so much, Philip Agota. The immigration police has deported South African musician Yvonne Chaka Chaka, who was slated to perform at the Nkuka Yomwaka show in Lubiri, Mengo. Police spokesperson Fred Enanga revealed that the inconsistencies with her visa to Uganda informed the decision to effect the deportation.
I would like to take this opportunity and to inform the public that a security task team that was working closely with immigration officials this afternoon escorted Ms. Muhinga Ntobizodo Yvonne, popularly known as Chaka Chaka, to Entebbe International Airport, where she boarded her next flight to South Africa via Kigali. The foreign musician had initially been granted an ordinary visa as a visitor to Uganda, which was cancelled by immigration officials after it was realized that she had come as a performing artist in one of the New Year's events. As a result, she was advised together with her promoters to get the right working visa that would have enabled her perform in any musical performance and avoid the pretense of an ordinary visit. You are all aware that the ordinary visa cannot enable any visitor, any foreign visitor to Uganda performing any income-generating activity within the country, including musical concerts and all forms of musical entertainment. Now, this was essentially done by our officials to help maintain the integrity of our immigration rules for all visitors to our country, including foreign musicians. We are hopeful that in the future, Ms. Muhinga Ntobizodo Yvonne, known as Chaka Chaka, will once again visit our country, Uganda, when she applies for the right visa. Thank you.
Police spokesperson Fred Enanga there highlighting and confirming about the deportation of singer Yvonne Chaka Chaka. 10 people are reported to have sustained serious injuries when an overspeeding bus lost control along Masaka Road. The bus, registration number UAS 177E, belonging to Starlink coaches, overturned 3 times at Katende along Masaka Road en route to Kampala. No fatalities were reported, but several passengers, including children, sustained serious injuries, including broken limbs. Eyewitnesses say that the bus driver was trying to avoid a head-on collision with a taxi that was allegedly trying to avoid smashing a dead body that was in the middle of the road.
Kati nze tani bali mbadde nkola ki nga nnengera bali nga bali bayolawo oli emmotoka zimaze omufoto bamuyola wali nga badde ku speed ono abadde ku speed y'amaanyi kuba tubadde nabali emabega olwa kochi abadde adduka speed nnyo ate n'alegera alala obalamu wali ate nga tagyeko kigere tagyeko kigere naayitawo obutereevu n'emiti gyekyose omuyamba nemaana evulugwa nekolaki badde mabega mwenza okuwulira ng'etwala sayidi emu ey'emabega okukakkalanga yeevulungudde bweti mwenza okulaba nga nze ndi wansi sibite tubadde tuzze bulungi oba ebadde n'omupiira gw'emabega simanyi kubanga tutuuse embala ne bagusiba okutandika era babadde bagusiba bazivuga kiro bazivuga kiro nga batuuka ne baba bakooye esi baba beebase kati era geryejeekazebwekazi.
Story not good at all, but we pray for those that have been injured. Let's take even a very short break. On return, we'll have business, international, and sports. Please keep around.
Uganda. Today is a great day to make someone's day. A wonderful day to rewrite the future. Today is a beautiful day to light up their world. Or maybe even the perfect day to say, "You're my world." A marvelous day to make a brand new start. The perfect day to make the world smaller. Uganda, today isn't just another day. Today is your day. Airtel Money, with you always. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Hi, I'm DJ Drogba. On average, almost 250,000 people die on the road in Africa each year. As a proud African, this breaks my heart knowing that so many deaths could have been avoided. So when you're on the road, follow these safe steps and help save lives. Remember, no person is too big or too small to avoid the effects of alcohol. Just one drink can increase the risk of a serious crash. Once it's in your blood system, the only remedy is time. Short-term remedies such as coffee, cold showers, or energy drinks don't help. If you need to travel after a drink, be responsible. Take a taxi or public transport, or just stay where you are. So when you're on the roads, follow these safe steps and help save lives. We all have a role to play in road safety. Together, let's make Africa's road safer.
Thank you so much for watching. Now, Christians, revelers, and the general public are thronging a number of destinations as they celebrate the end of 2019, ushering in 2020. UBC TV crew have just returned from various locations to assess the general public's readiness and preparedness as the clock ticks.
Come on, somebody raise up on your feet. Let us give God some praise tonight in the name of Jesus.
Blessed, and we're thankful for that. Thousands are coming, and great things are going to happen.
December ngabo mukimanyi be lunaku lwa national celebration etegekebwa ekanisa ya Christian Life Church ewo musumba Senyonga Jackson n'ekigendererwa ekyokumazaako abantu omwaka n'okubayingiza omwaka omulala mu maanyi agatayogerekeka mu kubeerawo kwa Katonda. So ekigenda mu maaso bano abantu nga mulaba abantu enteekateeka ziwedde, emizindalo tuyitaddeyo, screen weeziri, ente bali mu kuteekayo, abantu bali mu zilayizi bajja beesunga Katonda balowooza era nga bakkiriza ti Katonda agenda bakolera ebikulu ebitayogerekeka ate nga bekigenda okubeera kubanga eggulu lyetegese dda. Abasumba baasabye omusumba Ssenyonga, omusumba waffe yeetegese ne wetwogerera kati yeeyawuddeko awulira Mukama kasembayo kikyamugamba
kubeere kulungi era erinnya lya Mukama ligulumizibwe ngamba Mukama ayatonda eggulu n'ensi ayafa ku musalaba n'awangula amagombe bamuyita Yesu Kristo. Oyo omusajja asinga byonna. Amagombe gamusesema naawe gagenda kusesema. Eby'emabega bikome, leka Katonda akole ekintu ekijja ery'obulamu gwa mpulirizo olunaku lwa leero. Owangaale obeere omulamu, erinnya lya Mukama ligulumizibwe.
Wandibanga wakozesezza oluggi lumu okuyingira wano naye ogenda fuluma n'emikisa mu linnya lya Yesu. Wanika emikono gy'ebiri egyo okusabira omukisa. Wanika nga tugenda oyimba kamera tebamu blessings. Taata omulungi wange gwe Katonda akola eby'amaanyi. Abazaana b'Omukama nga bazze Mukama Taata okusinza n'okwebaza olwa 2019 mu leeta webaka omulungi wange lwana nabuyumba lwana nabo webale Taata webale Yesu wanika emikono gy'ebiri tusinze Yesu njagala giwuba empola bwoti giwuba empola bwoti tokowa muganda wange.
Protesters, angered by the recent U.S. airstrikes targeting an Iranian-backed Iraqi militia, have attacked the American embassy compound in Baghdad. U.S. troops fired tear gas to disperse a crowd that breached the outer wall of the compound, which is in the capital's heavily fortified green zone. A guard post on the street nearby was also set alight. U.S. President Donald Trump accused Iran of orchestrating the attack and said it would be held fully responsible. At least 25 fighters died when the U.S. bombed bases associated with the active Hezbollah militia in western Iraq and eastern Syria on Sunday. The U.S. said it was retaliating for a rocket attack on an Iraqi military base in Kirkuk on Friday that killed an American civilian contractor. Iraqi Prime Minister Abdel Mahdi said that the strikes had violated his country's sovereignty, while Kataib Hezbollah leader Abd Mahdi al-Mohandes warned that its response would be very tough on the American forces in Iraq. In the world of sport, the English Premier League season enters its 21st match day, starting with 9 games on the New Year's